someone threw it down the stairs?
Well, it wasn't
Yeah.
sitting on the stairs at one point, like on the middle of the stairs.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to just keep people quiet.
All right. Hello and welcome to the inaugural BlockchainDynamics show.
Hello. It is I, Brandon Doge.
And I'm Jukely. And we're going to talk about some altcoins today. Maybe a little bit about this week in crypto and, how we're getting rich and shit.
Yeah, we're going to talk about, all the latest launches, all the freshest news, all the fun pump and dumps, everything, everything that we love about altcoins. You're going to hear about it.
And so, to get it started, just tell you, starting from last Saturday, there was a really not so great coin launch there, GoldenEagle.
GoldenEagle, yeah, most people probably aren't going to remember it because it's just one of the many altcoins that launches and goes nowhere.
Let's see if they got any Bitcoin sent to their address yet.
Yeah, this is an IPO. It's always fun to watch.
Total received is 0 Bitcoins.
0 Bitcoins. It's like, how do you post an IPO coin and then not even send a little bit of your own Bitcoins to the address? Like, it's as though they didn't even have any money to fund their own IPO. It's that's just a funny thing.
So yeah, and people are posting on there, but there's nothing good there. On to the next.
What's next? Pepe?
Pepe.
Pepe coin. This is actually not even the first Pepe coin. There was one I think we saw that launched.
It's definitely over a year ago, but I can't.
Yeah, I think it was in 2015. In early 2015, someone made a Pepe coin, which actually launched and didn't go anywhere. But that's better than this week's Pepe coin managed to achieve, which I think it's got two failed relaunches. Yeah,
the first time he said that there was some sort of problem with the code apparently, and OC Miner and a bunch of the other forum people said there was no problem and that he was most likely upset that he didn't get his Instamine. And so nobody really wanted the relaunch, and then the relaunch failed as well, and then he deleted the relaunch thread, and so yeah, I don't think that one's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think that's just gonna be one of those ones we don't hear about from ever again.
Dubai was next, and this one's actually doing all right for a new coin.
Dubai coin looks pretty interesting. It's an SHA coin, long proof of work, which is always fun. And already listed on Yobit, which is also always fun.
Yeah.
They haven't had a lot of volume. The market cap's pretty low. I think it's like 4 or 5 Bitcoins or something at this current price. But it's one of those ones. It's you never know these days whether the developer is just going to disappear and it's going to go straight down to nothing. But with all these other crazy pumps going on, it's one that's probably worth mining. I have my Ant Miner is mining Dubai coin right now. And I sold a little bit, I think, at 400.
Nice.
Just to try and recover a couple days' costs for the old miner.
Yeah, no, things are pretty civil in that thread, too. That's always a good sign when people aren't flipping out and shit.
The link is really funny. It doesn't work right on... Does the link work funny on your browser?
Yeah,
the Arabic text.
Yeah, it's funny.
You have to highlight the Arabic text to get into the Dubai coin thread.
And it pushed the numbers to the left-hand side, like it's like how Arabic script reads. I thought that was funny.
Let's see. It looks like they just got a new pool. What's the last post here? 606. Last post about an hour ago. Not bad.
Cool. This next one's kind of funny. ORLY coin.
ORLY coin, a classic meme coin throwback. Meme coins haven't really done very well lately, but
no one can forget. No one can forget that one coin that did really well.
Yeah, that one coin. So everyone still mines meme coins. I don't blame them. This one, Supernova put the pool on.
Yeah, that's
so he hasn't been putting very many pools up. It's funny he did this one. I think it being a pre-an had a big part of it. It's funny this the developer has LISK IPO in his signature. That is pretty funny to me.
Yeah, and he's a Hero member too, which you don't see a lot of Hero member developer posts. So, don't want to speculate on how somebody might get a Hero member account. Without...
Yeah, there's a lot of ways that one could acquire a Hero member account, but I haven't seen anything anything suspicious
Just
yet.
seems like a fun coin.
It just seems like a coin that's out there. I kind of feel like I should be mining it, but I don't have a X15 set up on my miner right now.
Yeah. I like how the coin distribution is kind of backwards from what we see on a lot of coins with this one. So the block reward increases over the mining period, which means that if it turns out that people want to mine, they probably still can on week 2. I mean, this thing isn't even listed anywhere
Definitely
yet.
one of the fun things about, compared to like a year ago, or even a little over a year ago, kind of after Dagcoin came out, to mine you like pretty much had to get in on some of these coins within like the first 1 to 3 days to even really have a chance. But a lot of the coins that have been coming out the past few months, it seems like your best chance to get in on them is like sometimes, a week or 2 after they launch. After everyone's kind of forgotten about it, the exchanges are waiting a lot longer to add coins
For
lately.
sure.
Even Yobit has been waiting a long time to add coins. They used to just add everything on day 1. So now it's kind of fun to try and catch some of these longer POW coins, like, before they get on exchange. Their difficulties can drop just, like, so low, and it's pretty fun to try and mine those. So I feel like ORLY might be one of those coins. I definitely am not mining it yet, but I might pick it up in a couple days.
And it'll be a good one to watch when it does get listed, too. Be fun.
Yep, definitely.
And then this LISK ICO was the next one we saw. It seems like one of those reminds me of, the big ICOs, Ethereum, and Decred.
Decred was an ICO.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was just that airdrop.
Yep, that was just airdrop.
I got confused there.
But it's kind of like the big ICOs of yesteryear, like Craig's Coin and... what was that one? Viacoin had that huge IPO a long time ago.
Yeah, Redcoin, that was a huge one. But
This
one
Redcoin,
doesn't
that
actually
was a
remind me.
really old school IPO.
Yeah. I don't know, everything, it looks like it's one of those
can't
things
find my
where
LISK here.
it's very visually appealing, and a lot of the technical aspects aren't really clear to me, so I did buy into the ICO. I figured, why the fuck not?
Nice. I did not. I can't. It's fun to get on some of these ICOs like this, but this is one that I didn't. When there's already just like hundreds of Bitcoins in them, I always feel like it's probably better just to wait for it to trade. But sometimes it ends up being like Ethereum, or there's a few other coins where they just blow their IPO price so far out of the water that
nobody
it's
saw this
ridiculous.
Ethereum thing coming. I don't think that there was going to be 30,000 Bitcoin
all of
volume
a sudden,
days and stuff like that.
all of a sudden it's just like... I remember when people were freaking out about the Blackcoin pumps and stuff, and the Dagcoin pump. It was like 4,000 Bitcoins a day on MintPal, which, was MintPal. And so it's pretty crazy to think, like, for a while it seemed like that was, as huge as altcoins would be, and then all of a sudden we're back to 50, 60,000 a day on Ethereum, like, day in, day out. It's ridiculous. It's so crazy to
It's so different, yeah.
to see.
LISK is one of these ones, I guess, where
look at these photos, team photos.
Oh, nice.
If you got to get on the LISK and check out, they've added team photos, which is always one of my favorite things in crypto, because they always just like, they pull these stock photos of people off the internet and they're like, here it is, here's our team, guys, totally, it's totally us. Obviously it's just a stock photo or whatever. But
Oh man, what was that one? There was some hilarious one. I think it was with Ambercoin or something, or around there. They had like the saddest group of people.
yeah, they just had a bunch of weird looking people that it was like I don't know if you read the Onion fake newspaper, but they always have this same group of commentators off the street with fake photos, and that's what that reminded me of.
But yeah, maybe we'll see if one of these LISK people wants to come talk to us and tell us what LISK really is.
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, there's so much of these new coins that are out here that it's like, oh, we're the new blockchain technology.
Yeah.
But there's not, it's one of those things, is it actually something that we're going to see real development behind, or is it just kind of the next, the next fake selling point?
Right.
Remains to be seen.
This next one doesn't look really interesting. BitDolar with the dollar misspelled. That's always good, right? One L.
BitDolar, yeah. 6 posts.
6 posts.
Probably safe to forget about that one.
Yep. Yeah. So, we do.
Goodbye, BitDolar.
There was a BellaCoin relaunch. I remember...
Relaunch.
It's hard to forget this one because he had like that really heartfelt sort of
It was
appeal
like about his daughter,
daughter,
right? Yeah, it's like, I made this coin for my daughter. It's totally cool. Which is another funny thing. That's like, kind of going back to what we were just talking about. That's like putting up these pictures of people and being like, here we are, the dev team, oh, this is my daughter. buy BellaCoin because of that. It's like, it's funny, but at the end of the day, it's still around, so
Yeah.
I always have respect for pretty much any coin that sticks around. Any blockchain that sticks it out, I got respect for, so I really can't say anything bad about BellaCoin.
And I think the next coin that we had here is also kind of a relaunch or re-mention of the Corgi coin, which, of course, is just terrible sounding to me. I don't know.
I think this one came out right after Shiba Coin.
Oh.
I could be wrong on that history, but there was like another brief burst of success for the meme coins around that time.
Mastiff coin, the big dog in crypto.
Yep, Mastiff coin, Corgi coin. There was a lot of those. A lot of hilarious.
What I don't like about these coins...
Dog-themed coins.
I don't like it when there's 10 billion coins, basically. It's too many for me to figure out.
The problem is...
It's not going to be worth anything unless somebody buys all those fucking coins.
If the price of your coin gets below 10 satoshis, it starts to become really annoying to interact with and trade and stuff. And I think that's a problem for a lot of these coins that are trying to do billion rewards, and I think that's why we don't really see it anymore. Almost every coin that comes out now is in the millions or less.
Yep.
In terms of supply, and I think it's just that's what kind of, Bitcoin was designed to be in the millions for supply, and I think just a lot of aspects of the protocol were designed with that in mind, and just don't work as well when you get into these really large numbers and really small numbers of coins.
Yeah.
A lot of these coins that have super small numbers, like, oh, there's only 100 coins, end up not really being usable because the wallets don't really work right with that small of coins. Proof of stake doesn't work right at all with a small number of coins. I
always found it, there's been the coins with 1 coin on the blockchain, coins with 42 coin on the blockchain.
Yeah, 42 was the classic. That was the Cryptsy one that was worth like 1,600 Bitcoins per coin at one point. It's just like, that one was incredible. It's so funny. And I'm surprised there haven't been more coins like that. There have been a lot, but not a ridiculous amount. I'm trying to remember. There was 360 coin. I can't think of too many others.
Yeah.
There have been a couple of recent ones. What was that one that Bitspender was hyping up? It was like XDE, Double Eagle.
Oh, yeah. I mined that one. I
think I mined some Double Eagle, too. I don't remember.
And I made money, but it was so long ago. So then there was a Euro coin that was posted again, and that's just stupid because there's already been so many Euro coins. Like, I was looking back through this thing, and I mean, there's like at least a couple a year. I'm not sure why people would continue.
They probably all have the same tickers too, so you can't really tell them.
And nobody's posting in there. Let's see.
Looks like they got one pool now.
Oh, they have 3 pools.
3 pools.
Yeah. Wow. So
they're listed on an exchange called Vixtrade. This will be fun. Vixtrade.net. This is new. I always love seeing these new exchanges because they're, a lot of them are just obviously scams. This one looks pretty good as far as an exchange goes. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
It says Trump coin is listed. Was there a Trump coin?
Yeah, I remember. I remember when it was. I think there was 2 different Trump coins that were actually posted, but I don't know if either of them ever did anything. I mean,
well, this got no trades on Vixtrade, but it's listed.
They're already trading that VIP coin as well, which we'll maybe talk about in a minute here. That's funny, dude. So this is some new exchange.
Yeah, this is cool. I haven't seen this before.
Pretty funny looking.
It's
and
new
Bernie.
exchanges.
They got Bernie and Trump.
A lot of people are really scared of new exchanges, but I've never really gotten burned by them as long as you're just really careful in terms of, like, don't send Bitcoin first, obviously. Send a tiny amount of whatever one of the altcoins is. And just try to do a complete transaction. If it works, you'll probably be able to sell whatever you need to, and obviously just don't hold any money on them.
Yeah.
And other than that, I've always done fine with small exchanges.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at some announcements earlier, like, some dead coins, and you see, Crypto Rush on there, and MintPal, and all these places that aren't remembered very well, but they were really great places to trade coins.
Yeah, do you remember Crypto Alt X? That was the funny one. It was a really small one. He was the first to list Blackcoin.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So the next one was another ICO. Let's check up on it. GoldenTax.
GoldenTax. 13 posts. It's funny to see some of these IPOs with the huge numbers and some that are just like nothing, and it's hard to say a lot of the times which one is the bigger scam.
Yeah.
But in a lot of ways, the smallest ones are just, it's like they're not putting anything into it, It's just like, please
send me money.
Please send me some Bitcoin.
Let's see if this guy got anything sent to his address. That other
I guess, you
No,
know...
nothing. So it's like that other one. Nobody's
Yeah.
actually sending any money to these guys because there's no escrow. There's no plan. Why would it?
And they don't have any Bitcoin to send themselves to fake it either. Like, usually on the big IPOs, you can assume that a lot of it is fake. But when you see, like, these, they don't have any Bitcoin to send to their own address. Like, that's so funny.
It's so weird. So if you're new to crypto, don't fall for that shit.
Yeah,
Don't send these people with your money.
Please. Please. It's, you know, I'm not saying don't buy into any IPOs. But definitely don't buy into GoldenTax.
Or if you do, let us know how that goes for you.
Yeah,
'cause
maybe.
sounds
Yeah,
pretty
you'll get. Actually, it'd be funny to think about if it was actually like semi-legit, because you would get the entire GoldenTax blockchain at this point. But you know, obviously, you know that you're never gonna get anything for that money.
The next one was a rebrand of Ripple Lite. They're gonna call that Platonic now.
Ripple Lite.
I
How
don't
old
know,
is
man.
that coin? I don't remember Ripple Lite.
Psh, me neither. XPL.
XBL. I love. There was a fun trend that came out to just make light and dark everything.
Oh yeah.
Of every coin. Bitcoin dark.
There was like those funny.
Litecoin
Dark-
dark. Dogecoin dark.
I think there was a big black dick coin.
Oh yeah, the black dick coin. That was a funny one. That's probably I got spots.
Then there was we got one called Elastic Coin, which this was a confusing one for me to read. Sometimes I like have trouble understanding these people, but the part that was interesting I thought here was he actually had a little about myself portion, which you don't really see people even like try to fake this shit very often. And he has some references about different contributions he's made to a couple different cryptography projects, and I don't know if it's true or not. I couldn't independently verify those things, but I'd say, you know, if he actually works on cryptography, that's a pretty big step above a lot of these people.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, here's a big IPO. I need this money for development.
Yeah.
Like, but it's not like development is something that you put Bitcoins into and get back. You know, it's something that's like you can't really hire long-term developers with IPO Bitcoins. It's like,
Right.
it's one of those things. I can see it being motivational for the guy to stick with the project, but at the same time, something like this, I feel like would be better off not necessarily being just like Decred where it's all airdrop, but maybe somewhere in between that and the huge IPO model, instead of, because like with it, you know, Ethereum is had a huge circle of hype and activity and all that other stuff surrounding it.
Yeah.
So I think if you're asking for one of these huge IPOs, you really need to step it up in terms of how you're gonna present the coin and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's why I actually did buy into that LISK one, because I actually thought they convinced me, whatever that means, you know. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll give these guys $20 and see if I can turn it into 200 or something.
Yeah,
But
and that was a big trend for a while, was to do big IPOs with like really fancy announcements, and they would just all be straight to zero IPOs. Like,
Yep.
That was kind of back when in the Craig's coin days and stuff. And we kind of have seen them. The IPO market, I feel like, has matured a little bit since then, in terms of there's actually some real development going on around a lot of these coins now compared to just these pure cash grabs.
Yeah.
But as always with IPOs, you never know if it's just going to be the cash grab or an actual project.
Yeah, one ongoing one that I'm pretty happy with is that Warpcoin was an ICO, and that was just 1 million.
Yeah, Warpcoin, that's a good one. That's a good example of a coin that's just, even, it's easy to call something like that a scam, or any coin can be called a scam because of the way that the markets work. But anytime you see something that is actually delivering technology and has a stable uptrending market with good volume, you can't really complain about it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to support some of these developers that are trying to do stuff. It's just, I think I posted in the Warp thread at the beginning, is like all this. If you're going to invest in any of the ICOs, there's a huge bunch of risk up front. You're selling this person that you just trust them blindly to deliver something that they might not have even described completely, or that you might not even be able to understand, or you might not even want to use, but you see some value in it. So I think, just being cautious but still participating. That's what why not?
And it's important to understand with IPOs is that the way that they're conducted in crypto is essentially fundamentally really vulnerable to fraud, in the sense that you can always have these people sending their own money to IPOs, and that's going to essentially reduce the amount that everybody else gets while costing them nothing in the long term. And so the markets are they're fundamentally flawed in that way, but at the same time, there's a reason that real companies and do IPOs and venture capital and stuff is because it is useful to have funds to do these kind of huge projects.
Yep.
So crypto's in a weird place where you almost can't pull off an IPO without it being somewhat scammy, but that doesn't mean that some of them don't have real development behind them.
Yep. So I guess with like Elastic Coin, that's another one kind of like LISK, where it's like they're talking about some big stuff about distributed computation across this blockchain and how anyone could do large computations that would normally cost a lot of money for cheaper, which is cool. So let's hear more about that.
I feel like we've been promised that one before, though. That's that's
yeah.
like an amazing technical challenge, and it's hard for me to get into to want to get into that without like a test net or something.
But they got some posts. Well, I'll keep following that one. Figure it out.
Nice.
What next? Steroids was next.
Steroids.
This
X13.
one just reminded me so much of the old coins that used to get posted every freaking day.
The drug coin trend at its peak was great, and you had coins like this every day, like Euphoria,
Yep.
all of the different cannabis coins.
Mushrooms, ecstasy.
Yeah, mushroom coins. Yeah, I don't know if there was an LSD coin. Has there been an LSD coin?
I don't
remember.
I would remember there, I think, if there was.
But did steroids turn out to be a virus or not? I don't remember.
There's only 2 pages here. Let's see.
Claim a virus in thread was deleted by dev, according to Not So Fast.
It's hard to say.
It's one of these things. There's this funny thing that even the viruses in crypto are like, it's hard to tell even after people have reported a virus and if it's actually a virus or not, and a lot of times it's hard to tell if coins that people are saying are clean might actually have viruses. So it's kind of funny with new coins. I really am a big fan of virtual machines.
So this coin just doesn't seem like it. Of course, it could be some dude with 1,000 bitcoins is gonna pump this thing to the freaking moon.
Arnold Schwarzenegger picture on the last page. That's pretty funny.
But I don't know. It doesn't get me too excited. One thing that I always remember is Bittrex will not list these coins.
Yeah, Bittrex won't list any drug coins, and usually you don't see. Bittrex has lost a lot of prominence compared to Poloniex lately, but
yeah,
you don't see a lot of coins going to Poloniex without getting to Bittrex first.
For sure.
It's this is one of these coins. Even if it's not a virus, it seems pretty unlikely to go anywhere. Are they updating it? Looks like they're updating it still.
I always keep an eye on them anyway, but
it's on pool. Let's check the hash rate. X13. Steroids. 0 mega hash on the pool, so it's probably done. It's probably dead chain.
Not really mining.
All right.
This next one, CBIT, I thought was pretty cool.
Elegantly
XCT.
Bitcoin's looming blockchain problem. Is this playing to the fork issue with Bitcoin? Is that what they're? So it's just a coin with bigger blocks because that's not super new.
Yeah, I don't know what their elegant solution is, to be honest.
Well, I like the name CBIT, so that's pretty elegant in my opinion. It doesn't. You don't always need a solution in Bitcoin, especially in altcoins.
And people are posting and mining, so that's really good for.
What's
But I was on this last page.
the
There was
pools?
there's always like some weird posts, man. Like this guy saying that he's the founder of CBIT and posting about his money and all this weird shit.
Does he have a picture? Hopefully?
No.
Oh.
But
Do you see any pools? I can't find any pools.
Let's see.
Seems. I might be in the wrong thread. There's only like 3 posts in this thread.
Oh yeah, there's one that was locked. It's like above that.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a pool. It looks like they've got 3 pools. Some official ones that they're running, and then a couple others.
SHA? Maybe I should look at mine in this one. Seconds. 10 minutes per block. 500 coins per block. 10-minute blocks. That's pretty crazy.
That's not very elegant.
Yeah, that's a little.
It's a little clunky.
Yeah, it doesn't seem. Like what do you get for having such slow blocks these days? I don't really consider that to be great. Looks like the net terahash is about 10 terahash, so not much.
Oh, this is
mining.
the most recent post that was just like not long ago. Interesting. They say that if you have CBIT installed on your computer with its roaming files in the same section as Bitcoins, you'll get some major errors. So,
that's the kind of thing that could probably happen with a lot of clones, I feel like, and people don't always notice. But
yeah.
It's good to, I mean, you have to be aware of that stuff.
So I think this one's a really good one to watch.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially if it gets listed somewhere.
Just, it's got kind of the right amount of effort, I feel like. It's not like throwing a bunch of fake stuff at you. It's not making a bunch of promises. It's not like, they're just saying we're the Bitcoin, we just have 2 megabyte blocks. That's our deal. They're not, doesn't look like they're
Yeah,
trying
but
to
look at
sell
this weird
anything
post that I
beyond
was talking about. This guy, he's basically saying...
Is this the dev?
He's saying that he's the...
Undocumented alien founder?
Yeah.
Nice.
Saying that he's already spent well into 5 figures on the coin. Like...
On what?
Why would I believe
what
that?
could you have spent 5 figures on in a coin? Like, it doesn't make any sense. The cost is all... And essentially, unless you're billing your own labor as part of that figure, it's, like, impossible to come up with a claim like that, I feel like.
Yeah, so I don't like that type of thing. It's weird how crypto has a lot of, like, that funny type of, trickster humor in it. I feel like people can't tell when they're trolling you really all the time, and there's some pretty fucking hilarious
Definitely.
people out there that make me laugh. Footy Cash was next.
Footy Cash, that's for soccer, I'm guessing? Oh, we call it
I think
soccer.
so.
Football, obviously. Is what
Yeah,
most people
it must be
will
because
know
he
it
said
as.
fantasy footy games, which to me sounded a little sexual, but I guess it could be a
It must
fantasy
be.
football thing.
It must be football. That's funny. Footy Cash doesn't seem to be going 25. Usually, even coins, any kind of semi-legitimate coin usually will have even enough fake interest to get past a couple of pages. So it's all the posts are by the dev.
This
too.
is a pretty good one at the end here.
Pretty bad Destiny clone. Even the addresses are DES.
So
Nice, classic.
So it's trash. Nobody even went through the time to make it a unique coin.
Footy coin looks like garbage.
But what is next? Cygnus.
Cygnus, big launch.
This was a good launch this
big
week.
launch. This is one of those. It's just like it just smells like a pump coin. Everyone kind of can see all the usual suspects.
Yep.
Floating around. These are classic.
They got the launch announcement format just perfect. Like,
Yep, it's the classic. Oh, what about the high reward? 1 or 200 blocks a high reward. It's not like such a large insta-mine that it's going to scare people away, but it's enough for the
give you that
for them to get
edge.
a nice head start on the coin supply.
So definitely,
Yobit, that was still just a Yobit listed. Once again, back in the day, a coin like this would have been even on Bittrex and definitely CCX within a week.
yeah.
So we're kind of seeing a lot more caution from the exchanges these days.
But it's pretty cool to see a coin get over 20 Bitcoins volume on Yobit its
Yeah,
first
just on
fucking
Yobit.
day, too. That just wasn't happening last year.
Yeah, I was suspicious of Yobit for a long time, but I feel like they've been in the game for about a year now.
I just wish that they would start showing the dates of things. Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck, Yobit?
Yeah, the interface is still pretty. Yeah, it's really bad. It's funny. It's like you can't even tell. You can't get a chart past a week on any of the coins, and you can't see the dates of any of the transactions. So when you look at the history, you have no idea. Like, was this from a week ago? Is this from a day ago? It's a really funny one. But at the same time, there's a lot of trading that goes on here, and compared to like Crypto Rush and some of the exchanges that used to be like kind of the lower tier exchanges, Yobit's pretty solid, and it kind of shows how far the game has come, I guess, in the past couple of years.
It's true. Oh, another thing about Cygnus, it had the a little bit of free coins in there too, which seems like
airdrop.
is really popular right now.
Yeah, the
right?
airdrop model obviously is great.
You get people into your coin that probably would have ignored it otherwise.
And it seems like, even if these people are selling, it's kind of good for the market in a way. It drives up volume and kind of gets a real price discovered in an early way. So, yeah, sure, a lot of the airdroppers are just going to dump the coin, or a lot of people are going to game the airdrop and use multiple addresses and stuff to sign up. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter that much compared to whether the coin gets distributed by mining or airdrop in terms of how well they function on the market, I feel like.
And one thing about this SIG announcement that stands out to me is they aren't talking about technology about blockchains at all. This is all about the statistics behind the distribution and how they think that they're going to make it fair, which is a way to say they think that they're figuring out a way to make the price go up, basically, to me.
That's kind of a classic. Going back to the old days, it was like a lot of coins were like, oh, we just need to get the perfect combination of specifications, and then we'll
like
just have
having
the
one
greatest
coin.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then there's also been this idea of kind of a consensus-based coin we've seen before. I think Apex was probably the biggest one that was on that theme. And it's a good way to run a blockchain, honestly, in terms of if you're not trying to sell some big, huge, blockchain 2.0 thing like the big IPOs, then I think it's honestly a pretty good approach, because there is always a lot of new development going on in altcoins, and there's a lot of things that new coins can incorporate to kind of stand out from the pack. And so having a sort of open management coin like this, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else was interesting about the SIG one? I hadn't seen anybody do this before, was they had somebody that wasn't part of the team post it, and that was because of, the image restrictions on Bitcoin talk, but I thought that was an interesting way to get around that, and they gave him a bounty. So, already pulling one person into their community, and there's some of the distribution taken care of.
That's
pretty
nice.
cool.
That's a cool idea. Even, it might just be somebody like, who knows the developer or whatever, but that's fine too.
Easily could be him, could be his...
Yeah, or it could just be him, but even
could be his cat.
It's fine. It's another little layer of effort. I mean, I did mine Cygnus. Did you mine Cygnus?
No. I just haven't been renting lately.
I mined it. I didn't catch the early part. I think I saw it at like block 400, and I mined for a tiny bit until for that like hour or whatever before it went over to the low rewards. But then I kind of waited for a couple days, like I usually do, like I said earlier, and I got a pretty good price on them. I think it was like 100.
Nice.
About 100.
Well, and it has that fluctuating block reward as well, right? So there might be some point where we'll find the diff low and the reward high, and another opportunity to pick up some Cygnus if you're a miner.
When I did it, there was like that second set of the super high reward blocks, and those had a pretty high difficulty, so I waited those out, and then I just set a miner up kind of after those stopped, because a lot of people usually stop mining after something like that, and then it worked out pretty well.
And I think those high reward amounts got smaller and smaller. I think the last one was only like 100 blocks or something super short like that. Like
I said, I wonder what block it's on now.
250 blocks is the last 2000 segment.
Nice. Yeah. Do you know what the block it's on now is?
No.
Let's check. It's on pool.mn. We really been seeing pool.mn a lot. They were like, you saw them a lot in the early days, like, not in the early days, maybe in like late 2014, early 2015. They were on a lot of coins probably. They kind of got accused of they got accused of being a scam pool a lot, but I never have seen anything from them to indicate that that's actually true. I've never had any problems with them.
Yeah, it's, once again, that's thing where you just don't know who's telling the truth out there.
Yeah, exactly. People will lose their money or forget their credentials or whatever, and then blame the pool. Or a lot of times pools, they don't keep these pools up forever for coins that are done mining. So a lot of times a pool will close a pool or something and shut it down, and then people can't get their coins anymore, and it's like, well, you can't really treat these pools like banks a lot of the time.
Definitely.
Let's see, what block are we on here? 11,414, so it looks like it's about half done with its proof of work on Cygnus. 11,000, we're at 500 rewards. This is going to be a little spike, probably in about a day. Seems like the blocks are fast on this. I wonder if it's 30-second blocks. But it's probably be about a day. It'll be a really brief second of 2,000 rewards again. That would probably be a good one to mine, honestly, if you're around for when that is. There's very likely not going to be... There'll at least be a few blocks at the beginning before the miners get ramped up that you could get quite a few Cygnus. And it's not one of those coins. The proof of stake is... I have some staking now, and it's not one of those coins where you have to be staking all the time. It's a pretty normal proof of stake rate.
So yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on that one. Looks good. And then Wednesday came around and Litecred was announced.
Litecred?
Loot. Give me the loot.
Oh, is that a video game tie-in? That's a classic theme.
Nope. This is just an experimental coin to prove that mining still has value and to keep the blockchain alive.
Well, I mean, you don't really need to prove that. There's probably there's probably a dozen new coins this week that have mining and that are doing fine. So that's just a pretty funny.
So you know,
that's probably this coin. You know, kind of smells like it's probably bullshit, but
they're giving out bounties and shit, though. You know.
And a lot of these kind of game token theme coins have done pretty well, and you really can't tell them apart at launch. I've never been able to, and some of them have ended up having huge pumps behind them.
And the dev is being very responsive to people's questions and stuff. People are having little issues here and there. He was at the very first post. It always sucks when the first post says, you know, maybe it's a virus, and that was the case with this one again. But there's sure some mining going on, and looks like there's a Twitter giveaway as well. At the on page 3 there, so
is it any amount? Sometimes those Twitter giveaways are funny. It'll be like,
let's see,
barely a transaction's worth of coins. It's like, oh, I got a transaction fee.
I don't even see where he says how much. It's just like
total coins 431 million. Pre-mine 5%. It's pushing it.
People used to like get mention. They would just every post would be about that 5% pre-mine. Nowadays, nobody.
Nobody. Yeah, people are doing like 20% pre-mines on a lot of these coins. And nobody gets. Here's some people are complaining. Pre-mine is too high.
Well,
that's like the first post.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, pre-mine 5. A lot of people. Apparently 5% is a little too much for people to tolerate. But it's funny because you'll go to coins like Parkbyte is one that came. That's getting pretty old now, I guess. But that's one that came out with a huge pre-mine. But it's like if you can come up with a premise for the pre-mine, people like don't seem to mind as much. It's like. Like, oh, but we're putting it in a fund for something. And everyone's like, oh, it's fine then.
So Litecred, man, I'm watching that. It's one of those ones, like, basically, if I had unlimited resources, I would mine all of these. Because it's, you know, any moment, this announcement could totally change, and it would look like a totally different coin, and loot will stand for something, you know,
oh, yeah,
that makes sense.
Life-changing coin loot. I don't see it with loot.
No, I don't really see it either. But I'll check it probably next week sometime.
Nice.
And if it gets listed, then I'll always check it again.
Yeah, I mean, that's always a good sign.
E-Dinar.
E-Dinar, that's, dinar is that's currency of...
Some Middle Eastern place.
Yeah, some Middle Eastern country.
Let's find out for ourselves.
Yeah, let's get educated here.
E-Dinar. Oh, it's Iraq.
Iraq, okay. A cryptocurrency for Iraq. I don't see that taking off, but... Another ICO, says the guy with the LISK sig. Some of these Bitcoin top comments are hilarious. It's like, I mean, LISK must have a big signature campaign, right? Is that why all these people...
They must. I never get into those.
Yeah, me either.
You can't post anything in my signature.
Well, E-Dinar has got like 3 posts. It's one of those ones, like, once again, if that's all the effort that's gone into updating anything so far, you can safely say it's not gonna...
It doesn't make sense.
Shelve it.
Just
get rid of
just boring. DigiEuro 2. Boo.
DigiEuro 2, is that just a clone of DigiEuro?
I don't know it. I just hate the name. That's why.
It's like another Euro coin. That's like the second Euro coin this week, basically.
Yeah. So I don't know. At least he's got graphics and shit. Blah blah blah. Don't get to the end of the thread.
SHA-256. See a lot of those. We're seeing a lot of SHA-256 and a lot of X blank blank, the X11, X13.
Yeah.
X15 coins. We're not seeing very much Scrypt lately.
Yeah, I think there was one this week though. Maybe we'll find it. Maybe
Scrypt coin?
Thought so.
Nice.
We'll find out.
It just seems like one of those is Litecoin. I don't know anything about Scrypt mining anymore. Is Litecoin even profitable?
I don't know.
I looked at getting a small Scrypt ASIC, and I felt like the price was still just prohibitive.
If anyone out there is mining Litecoin, talk to us. Call us
seriously.
And tell us about.
Are your ASICs? Yeah, could if you bought one of those like a Zeus ASIC, could you ROI those things? Like, I never have been able to know that.
The next one was an NXT asset that doesn't have a real name. It says MNAMS.
MNAMS.
Invest in a real physical company. I'm pretty sure that's like the only thing that's illegal to do with cryptocurrency.
Yeah, I mean that depends on your jurisdiction. Like it's definitely illegal to do in America.
So, I don't know.
They're going to launch a website. It's just,
Blah blah. I'm not interested.
IPO ended. This is one of those... It's just like there's no effort here. It seems like they're not even trying to fake a real they're not even faking their real company that they say they have or whatever. So probably not going anywhere.
The thing about physical companies is they're very easy to show they exist, and everyone's always so. If somebody's hesitant to give proof about something, that should tell you something pretty easily.
Seriously.
So, next one was the VIP Token Club.
VIP.
And this one is cool because it has an in-wallet airdrop. It wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like some of these ones, Miraclecoin, and I think the other one was called Findcoin.
Miraclecoin was a great airdrop. That was awesome. I don't know if you guys remember Miraclecoin, but it had a distribution where every active node would just get a percentage of coins every hour or whatever.
Yeah.
So there was like a certain number of coins given out, and whatever percentage would go to each wallet based on how many wallets were online.
Yeah.
And that was one where it ended up getting it got a cool little pump. I think it was a CCX.
Yeah, I think it went up to like 20K.
Did it? Yeah.
And sustained that type of price for a bit, and then of course went down to like 0 because they gave the coins to people for free, and for some reason the late investors totally forgot that.
Yeah, seriously. Yep. It's like anyone could sell Miraclecoin, but it had a good pump. That was a fun coin.
It was great. I loved it.
And that was like my benchmark when Decred came out. I was like, oh man, I hope this coin is as good as Miraclecoin. And then it was like 10 times better, which kind of tells you how far altcoins have come.
This wasn't that. This was more like you open up the wallet and there's a tab that just has a browser page loaded up in it, and you fill out a form.
Boo.
And then
I hate browser pages as wallet features.
Yeah.
That's pretty low hanging fruit as far as I'm concerned. Like, oh, you made a browser page. Like, why would I want to use that instead of a browser?
But we'll see. This one's NIST5 mining.
I like that algorithm. That's a good one.
And that'll be starting up. It's on Leap Day or something. No, that was a different one.
Leap Day. That's a
coming up though.
Day to start a coin.
One of these was. I think we'll get to it. Yeah.
I hope there's ninja launches. A bunch of ninja.
Somebody
launches.
Out there should do a great Leap Day coin.
Yeah, if you're a shitcoin developer who just ninja launches shitcoins, please come up with one on Leap Day. It could be themed on 30 Rock's Leap Dave Williams.
So VIP token. Yet to be seen what really happens there. It's not mining yet, and the airdrop hasn't concluded, so we'll see. Let you know. Kilocoin. This one did not look good, man. Like, first thing you notice is that this guy has negative trust on Bitcoin talk, which isn't always a bad thing, but you have to sort of notice it.
Like, why wouldn't you make a new account? Like, it's not. It's a full member account, I guess, but I don't know.
And then his whole thing is like kind of nonsense. He talks about
this is listed on CC.
Yeah, he must have paid for the listing because it was listed immediately.
That's ridiculous.
He said to go to Kilocoin.com and set up an account, and that you would get 10,000. The first 1 million humans to open a piggy bank, the name we give to the account listed on Kilo.com, will receive 10,000 free coins. So I went and I created an account on that website, and the website was really bad. It had a lot of still that E pluribus ipsum crap on it, like not even fake text, and the wallet page didn't load for me, and I didn't go check again. I could go try again maybe this weekend sometime, but honestly, he's not responding to people in the thread. It's just kind of rude, man. Like,
well, I mean, it's like, why even bother? It's weird.
Is it trading?
It's got 1 Bitcoin of volume on CCX, which is not the worst amount that you could have, but I don't know.
Show us something out there, Kevin Julio.
Kevin Julio?
Dagcoin.
Dag? D-A-G? Dag?
Dag, yeah.
Start something new. A lot of fillers coins in here. It seems like this is just, they're raising 500 Bitcoin, like,
yeah, this is crazy. Just asking for 500 Bitcoins.
Stupid. Do
not send. This is the same guy, I swear. He's just posting these Bitcoin addresses. Don't send him any coins. Thank you.
All right. This is a Yobit IPO.
Yep.
Which, Yobit IPOs are almost always really shitty, but they also, at least they have to pay to get on Yobit. Like, they've gone that far. They put in that much effort. It looks like this one's just pretty boring, though.
Yeah,
I don't see anything.
I don't really buy into those. I don't really get it. Safe Exchange Coin. This one was interesting. It got listed on Bittrex immediately. Had some sort of
What?
I don't want to call it a ninja IPO, but let's call it a low-key IPO. Apparently that
Behind the
lasted
scenes.
from November to January. Hadn't even fucking heard about
Jeez.
it. It sounds like the IPO people got in at like 6 or 7 sats a coin, and now it's immediately 10x'd on fucking Bittrex.
Classic.
Congratulations to those people.
Sale 50,000, 70 Bitcoin IPO. That's a pretty big IPO. To even, that's a good, to fake behind the scenes even, that's a pretty big IPO.
So this is cool too. They're talking about, we're always hearing about cool things that maybe you could do with the blockchain, right? And hardly any of them come true. But this is once again the same thing. They're going to make a distributed exchange across the blockchain. That would be pretty cool.
What are they
because,
exchanging?
People will be able to make their own listings.
Oh, nice. Okay. So, kind of not like Craig's Coin, but
No.
the promise of
The problem...
the promise of the decentralized exchange.
Yeah.
But is it really, is it within the wallet client or
We can't tell yet, I guess. It's hard to say. They've got some pictures, but at least it's not... the problem with Craig's Coin was cool because he actually, investors got fucked over because it was not a good investment.
Yeah.
But he actually did make it so that there was a web page you could go to post ads that were stored on the blockchain, and the web page would read those ads. So I just thought that was kind of good, but I mean, having you go to the website defeats the entire fucking purpose. You can't.
Yeah, it's got to be essentially that's just what people want to see it entirely within the client. And in a lot of ways, the Craig's Coin guy delivered exactly what he said he was going to in the IPO. So it's funny that
Yeah, that was
got
super ironic.
it's funny that he
Or
got so
whatever,
much
not
shit
ironic,
in
but-
terms of the fact that it just should never have been built up as much as it was. But
Mm.
at the same time, you can't. At some point, somebody's gonna have to step up to the plate and actually bring on some of these blockchain futures because
It got pumped and dumped.
yeah. God, that was an amazing dump. That was just Craig's Coin was just a dump straight up. It was just like a super slow decline from its IPO price down to nothing, and everybody thought that each floor was the lowest, and it just kept going down. It was awesome.
This next one is experience points, XP.
Is
on
that
the
a game
guild
thing?
script. It's interesting. I went ahead and I spent the time to look at his presentation, which is like a Google Docs slideshow.
Algorithm is Dagger. What does Dagger mean? It's like if you're gonna do a new algorithm, that's great, but you can't just post it and then not act like it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
15-second block time, nice. I like where this guy's going. He's just pushing it.
And it's based on Ethereum.
Looks interesting. Says not so fast crypto.
The way that the presentation made it sound was he's looking to form a group of people that he can trust, and he wants to pay them with this coin. But there was this weird part where, it costs coins to be in the group as well, so it's like you have this, vested interest in just, things going well. Who knows what his end game is? He has this, he owns Tech Enterprises.
Oh, I bet that's a registered company for sure.
Jeff Anthony, come talk to us on the show, man. Tell us all about
Yeah,
this.
I'd love to hear about, if a lot of these projects, it's hard to tell how legit they are again, so it'd be cool to see if there's more to it.
Yeah. Show us how legit this is, man.
Seriously.
He's the one doing it on Leap Day.
Oh, nice. Okay, sweet. So I guess we'll look out for Jeff Anthony on Leap Day.
Yeah.
We'll see about that.
It's awesome. Great day, Jeff. Good choice.
Website mockup on Facebook.
I thought it was weird that he gave us the website mockup because the website worked. I went to it, and it was the exact same as the website mockup. But,
well, maybe he made it on there and then just posted it as a
Yeah.
mockup for some reason.
But once again, just showing a little effort, too, maybe,
Yeah, it's good to see functional websites. That's a lot farther than a lot of people. That's truly a lot farther than a lot of these coin developers go. So
Yeah. Eclipse was the next one that came out. Got an SHA 256.
high POS reward. This is
Woo!
this is one of those formulas where it's like when you have regular mining with high POS, it's feels like if you don't get in right away that you don't really have a chance to mine it.
And there's there's a few people on Bitcoin Talk that are always going to be first and second.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're just playing their game at that point, which can work well. But
Yeah, I
knows?
mean, if you can catch that Instamine, it's great.
Yeah.
I've definitely gotten a few Instamines, and it's great, but it's tough. They're not. It's not what it used to be. It used to be like, if you were the first person to get up on some of these coins, you know, a year ago or whatever, you could make like a Bitcoin instantly or whatever. But that's not the case anymore.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to find the motivation to mine some of these fucking coins these days.
Yeah, exactly. Eclipse. It doesn't. So far, I don't see anything special on this one.
OC Miner didn't list it.
He's really been very selective. It's funny to me. Coin is the only one this week that he's listed. Is that? I can't think of any others.
I think. Let's see. I feel like there was another.
What
one.
is he doing? That's weird.
I don't know.
I guess that's why I pull him
Oh,
in.
Cygnus. He's got to be mining Cygnus, right?
I don't think so.
What? You're crazy.
Let's check Cygnus.
Nope, it's not on there.
Weird.
Mine that stuff, man. What you?
Yeah, like if you're not mining the obvious pump coins, what are you doing? I feel like, but
All right. Then today, Andromeda coin came out.
Andromeda. That's that doesn't really tell me anything.
Nope. And it doesn't make any sort of technical claims. It's just all about
HiPos stake coin.
being a coin. 60% interest on balance after every 14 plus days. That's not really a way of describing anything. Andromeda coin dev, you could have really tried to tell people what's going on.
Mine up to 60% interest on balance after every 14 days.
Well, it's
That's telling me he's got like a minimum stake time of 2 weeks, and that you're gonna get about 60% per stake. But if that's actually true, that's a pretty bad idea because usually when chains go too long on min stake time, they end up freezing up. Proof of stake is one of those things. It's like it's not that well understood, and it's been cloned so many times that a lot of these developers have no idea what they're doing when they mess with the parameters, and it can really screw the coin.
Well, but I think in the case of this one, since it has the proof of work, it should just keep moving.
Does it always has proofs of work?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's interesting. Just completely current. I bet the proof of work shuts off.
It's kind of an interesting, some interesting stats.
I bet the proof of work shuts off. Who knows?
We'd like to know. Well, maybe we'll ask him.
Yep. Yeah, maybe we'll post in the thread.
Yeah. And then there was one other one today. Evo Points. Gotta get your Evo Points.
Oh, yeah, I'm so excited. So many points.
And this one's Scrypt. Oh, this is the Scrypt one.
This is the Scrypt one.
Yeah, here it is. It's got a nice, cute little logo.
Exchanges on CoinGather, another must be new exchange.
No, I've seen this one around for a while.
Huh. Y-Pool. Have you seen Y-Pool around?
No.
Seems like there was a while where you weren't seeing any new pools or exchanges. It seems like that's definitely turned around with the Ethereum madness. What do we have here?
With an exchange like CoinGather, I mean...
8 difficulty. That's okay. That's, if you want to mine a small Scrypt coin.
Just has no volume. There aren't even any of these coins for
What's the
sale
hook?
there.
What's the hook? I mean, what do people... What's the deal with Evo Points?
Yeah, seriously.
Co-evolution we use for farmers. It's
Oh
for
my
farmers.
god. Charity coins are the worst, in my opinion, because they are just so
doesn't make
so
any
fake.
sense.
So
Yeah.
fake.
It doesn't make any sense that you would buy a crypto coin as a mechanism for charity.
No, just if you want to be charitable, give your money to a charity that you support.
Yeah, exactly. They're probably going to prefer regular currency.
So, at that point, this guy would have to be, essentially an expert at creating... How is he going to... Yeah, I'm just saying he can't help these people in the Philippines. This is so funny, dude.
It's got a paper wallet generator, though, so that's...
Nice. I've been seeing those. Those are coming out.
And I'm okay with, fake pretenses for coins, but it doesn't seem like there's much more behind this one.
Yep. Prove us wrong. That's what, we always want to hear
Yeah,
from
I love to be wrong about these coins, and it's... you really never know what's going to happen or which one of these stupid launches is going to be the next, 30x Crave coin type scenario, so... It's just fun to watch them all because they're so there's such a huge variety of these weird coins.
I always love it when a thread just goes through a complete makeover. All of a sudden, there's like, oh
Yeah,
wow, it
yeah.
looks like this person learned English last night.
Yeah, it starts off, it's like barely legible, and then like 2 days later, it's just super clean with graphics everything. You're like, nice. Nice job, guys. You don't see that as much anymore. That was really big back when coins only mined for like a week usually.
Yeah.
And then they would like, that's kind of how Cygnus is in some ways, I guess, but.
So those are all the coins from this week.
That's it. Boom. Rounded them all up. That's a lot of coins this week. It's like,
That is like,
I would definitely say even a month ago, you weren't seeing close to this much activity on these new coins.
that's way over 20. I don't even want to count them.
It's crazy.
So we wanted to give a happy birthday to, of all coins, GSM coin is 1 year old today.
GSM coin. I don't know if you guys remember this one. It had something to do with cell phones.
Oh, not today. I mean this week, some point.
Yeah. We kind of went through altcoin calendar and Bitcoin talk and tried to see, look at coins that came out a year ago, and pretty much the only one that is actually still around from 1 year ago
That we could find.
is GSM coin. So.
And it's funny, it's trading on Yobit. Dude, this market was hilarious. If Yobit would tell us the fucking dates, it'd be great. But look,
They never will.
take a look at
They never will.
take a look at the last sell and the last buy. The last sell
I'm
is
looking
46,000 of these fuckers for 1 Satoshi, and the buy is
At
for
one?
129. What? Somebody dumped this thing down to 1 Satoshi, and it's coming back up.
That's crazy. 1 Satoshi coin. I wonder what the supply is.
Yeah.
Do you have the thread up?
Yeah.
Does it say what the maximum?
Let's see.
GSM coin.
They have a lot of links. Oh, total supply 1.8 million. Not even very
It's-
many, dude. This
that
coin...
can't be right, dude. That can't be
No,
right.
that can't be. Here, let's see if there's
If it
a-
is, then shit. I wish we wouldn't have talked about it. No, that doesn't make any sense.
I'm trying to find a block explorer or something here.
Maybe the chain is dead. Yobit obviously will list coins long after the chain is dead.
Yeah.
Or they'll keep coins trading long after the chain is dead. So it could be possible. Maybe are there no survivors on this year's?
How do they have so many links on this thing but not a block explorer? It's like the only thing. I'm gonna go to their webpage. I guess.
The dev says it's because it's wallet integrated, which
Oh.
that is I hate that kind of stuff because typically you're not even running wallets. Like usually they're in virtual environments or they're on their own like computers. So to have a bunch of features in a wallet that I need to use the wallet to access, that's
Okay,
annoying.
but so if this, we'll post in the thread and we'll try to get to the bottom of this and congratulate them on their birthday. But if this actually only has 2 million, less than 2 million coins, and it's somebody dumped it to 1 Satoshi, what the fuck were you thinking, dude?
Maybe it's yeah. That does. That's funny. That's very low. Hilarious. All right. Well, GSM coin not looking so hot.
Yeah, weird.
1 yearth birthday. Not a big celebration for GSM coin.
Oh, but we're excited because there's some sweet ass 2-year.
Yeah, we went back 2 years. 2 years in history. In the 2 years, birthdays are incredible. So what are we starting with? February 20th, right? Nothing crazy there. February 21. 2 years ago, February 21. 2014, Nyan coin. That was a hilarious
cat.
meme coin, but it was around for a long time. I think that was when it was on the Litoshi market.
I looked it up today, and it was still trading somewhere. I don't know. They're around. The Nyan meme isn't going anywhere. So happy 2nd birthday, Nyan coin.
This next
Keep it
one is a hilarious stack coin.
It's
One
not
of
a
the
birthday.
great, yeah,
Not a birthday. It was
it's the
hilarious.
birthday of that hilarious GIF of the guy throwing money up in the air. But
a bad scam and an example of how people were just like throwing money around back then. It was crazy, man. It didn't make any sense.
that was one of the first big IPO scams, though. Before that, there was like a lot of small IPOs, I feel like. But then he just did this huge thing with Dagcoin. Remember, he had the exchange in the wallet, supposedly?
Yeah, the picture of it there.
Yeah, he just posted a Photoshop of the exchange in the wallet, and he got all this money, and then he just, like... He was making fun of the people that gave him
Taunting
money in
them.
the thread.
So sorry if you lost, but it's kind of funny that we're 2 years from that now, right?
Yep, it was a landmark scam in crypto, and it spawned 1,000 other scams. great. Aircoin came out. I don't know. Aircoin is one of those ones that had like a huge development stabilization fund, supposedly like 50% pre-mine. You know, obviously it didn't do much to stabilize it.
We probably only been doing crypto for a few months at that point, like 4 or 5 months.
Not even, only about a month, only about 6 weeks.
Wow.
We got in January of 2014.
So I got kind of suckered by the Aircoin one. I didn't really lose anything, but I mined a shit ton of it with my GPU, and it was weird because it took a long time to go to exchange at all, and then it went to Poloniex, which was not what it is today back then.
No, it was
and
that Poloniex was a really fun exchange back then, even then, though.
The price for the Aircoin was like really high compared to the nothing I felt like I paid to get them. But being a noob at the time, I was like holding these coins like super tight. And in the end,
they swapped it. They swapped it to Aircoin too.
Did they?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there was a swap on that one.
I don't think
the price just went so far down. It started in the hundreds of thousands, went down to like the thousands, the hundreds.
I just remember it all dwindling off, and then they still have the website. Aircointeam.org still is up for some reason.
That's awesome.
Come back, Aircoin.
Yeah, we miss you, Aircoin.
I bet I can find my wallet somewhere.
Aircoin was one of the first coins I ever rented on. I rented on beta rigs to mine Aircoin before it got onto Poloniex. And I ended up doing fine on that one. I sold them right when it got listed, which is often a pretty good idea. One of those things, one of those classic rules of altcoin trading is if you are doing a rental or that kind of mining and you have a chance to like sell half your coins or whatever and cover your costs, I pretty much always do it. That's what I ended up doing with Cygnus. Is just like as soon as I had a chance to sell for a good amount over what I had paid, I just paid for those miners because it's always and then it's just like then it's
just
fun. Yeah, and then you just have a bunch of coins to play with. So
fucking awesome.
So that was Aircoin, good coin.
But not happy birthday because you died.
Yeah, you're dead coin. So you're done. Swanson coin. I love Swanson coin. I mined this one at launch with my. Back then, all I had was a single 270X graphics card. And I mined Swanson coin at launch. It was awesome. I actually got a really good return on it. I traded it on
Crypto Rush.
I know it was on Crypto Rush eventually, but at first I traded it on Crypto Alt X. Again, that exchange I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
That had Blackcoin on it really. And I traded Swanson coin on there and got a hilariously large return for just mining. It was just like it had nobody was mining it. It was just like a stupid coin, Ron Swanson themed, obviously. Didn't last for more than a month, but it was a fun one.
Myriad coin came out.
Yeah, Myriad was a huge coin. Still traded on Poloniex.
Still trading. Happy birthday.
Traded. Yep.
Second birthday, Myriad.
Got to give
work.
credit to Myriad coin. It survived. There was a period when all of these long POW coins were just like, it seemed like they were all just dying off completely. And Myriad was one of those coins that looked like that for a long time. So was Vert.
Yeah.
And then
even that coin Duo got a little pump. Sometime earlier this month or last month or something. And yeah,
Myriad brought on that the multi-algo. The Myriad, for those that don't know, is the first multi-algo coin. So you can mine it, I think, SHA and Scrypt. But there have been a lot of coins that have kind of followed on that theme since. But Myriad was the first, and it seems like it's still the best.
Yeah.
Myriad coin, first multi-POW.
Yep,
that's what they're saying.
That's their claim. Pretty cool.
But they're not, I don't see any happy birthdays in the thread. These guys got to get on there.
5 different ones.
5 algos, cool.
Scrypt, SHA, Qubit, Skyne.
Oh, I remember, the way to really make money on Myriad is to get into one of those niche algos that nobody else is using, I think.
Sweet.
But it's cool. Happy to they're still trading on Poloniex. They still have pretty low volume, honestly, but not like... They're still out there.
Being on Poloniex is pretty advantageous right now.
Yeah, seriously, it's a good place to be if you're just an old coin, I feel like.
And then there was another one that came out within Rubycoin.
Rubycoin.
It's 2 years old.
Yep, that was hilarious.
God, I loved Rubycoin when it first came out.
It had a huge launch. There was just like, that was on dedicated pool that it launched with huge... ridiculous hash rate. This was like probably the peak of Scrypt mining, I think.
It's one of those coins where I think everybody at some point had a nice chunk and just like, dang, sure wish I had held all those Ruby coins.
Yeah, I think it was at like it was trading around 1,000 for most of its life, right?
It was up and down. I mean, I don't remember specifically, but people could have traded that coin.
I remember
really
when
well
it
the whole
first
time, for
when
sure.
it first came out, it had really low block rewards. It's one that started out with like a introductory block reward, but it lasted a long time, like I think a week or
And
something.
then that was proof of stake. They did do a swap. I know
They
for
did.
sure.
Well, then it
Or
went
something.
down to it went from like 50 coin reward for like a week to 500 coin reward, and then it did that for ages, and then it eventually switched over to proof of stake around the time that Redcoin did, I think. But it had like this huge crazy price. I think it was like 50 to 25,000 Satoshi right when it first got listed,
Crazy.
because the reward was low and people were just freaking out and mining it like crazy. But then it ended up dropping and it was so low for so long. And then got a huge bump. Awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Congrats, Rubycoin.
Yep, Rubycoin still in it. 2 years later.
And the wonderful Blackcoin also
Yep.
came out.
This is my favorite birthday of the week. I think Blackcoin was like, they were one of the huge
Rat
pioneers.
4.
Yeah, Rat4, great developer.
See, talk about a posting that just like, how the fuck would you know?
Yeah, when it first was launched, it just was like a little one paragraph announcement essentially. This is Blackcoin. But the biggest thing that they did is it was one of the first mixed proof of work, proof of stake coins that had a really short proof of work phase. So like before that was Mintcoin, and that had like a 2 or 3 month proof of work phase, I think, before going to proof of stake. And Blackcoin came out and they had the 1 week proof of work. And they were the first coin, I think, to ever do a proof of work that short.
Yeah.
And it ended up
That's
just
how I
like
think, too.
Rubycoin and Blackcoin came out on the same night, and there was like this huge like frenzy of everyone to mine Rubycoin, and kind of nobody paid attention to Blackcoin. And it ended up being that Blackcoin just like had this ridiculous trading frenzy after it came out. It was incredible.
That was the one where I got so lucky I managed to solo a block of...
Yeah, at launch with his whatever R9
Two,
graphics card,
yeah.
single R9 graphics card or whatever, you got a Blackcoin block, and the one Blackcoin block was 10,000. So like,
Yeah.
the next day they were worth like 4,000 Satoshi. It was incredible. That was just a really fun coin. That was the first coin that I ever did a huge rental on.
Nice.
I put in I had just been mostly mining Doge and other random new launches before that. And I ended up putting in like 0.1 or 0.2 Bitcoins into just rentals straight up, and got like 4 or 5x return overnight. It was incredible. It really got me, probably my first big breakthrough, honestly, in altcoin trading was those big Blackcoin rentals. That's ended up buying a second graphics card with the money from that.
Nice, yeah. So yeah, those reminiscing back in the old days.
Yep, those are the days, those 2-year-old coins. But it's cool to see so many coins that survived for 2 years.
And did you check out that Litecred pump and dump this week? That was pretty fucking funny.
I did see it. What was the peak on that?
I saw it get up to at least 500.
Litecred pump and dump to 500. That's one that it like...
And then down to fucking like 20 or something.
Sometimes
like that.
there's coins that come out and you're like, I know I should be mining this, and I just never did on Litecred, and it's obviously one that I should have, but it's tough, always so tough to know when to sell on a coin like that.
Yeah, well, I managed to sell that, the airdrop at like 140, which I thought was pretty good.
Oh, right, it was an airdrop, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Man, I should have signed up for that one. Hilarious, but great to see huge...
Great to see some pumps and dumps.
Yep, and a lot of, you're seeing a lot of this just on Yobit now, too, which is funny.
Yeah. And, oh, wow. Warp's up to 40,000 now while we've been talking.
Warp trading at 40,000, which is ridiculous. Just such consistent volume. What's Cygnus doing? It's holding around 500 to 600.
Yep.
It's pretty steady. It's one of these ones, it's like you don't know if
Somebody-
tomorrow
yeah.
it's going to be broken out to 2,000 or just totally crash down to 100.
Yep.
Always fun to see. It's one of those ones, if you got in on Cygnus early or cheap and haven't at least sold to a break even, I would probably recommend you definitely look into doing that now, but it's also one of those ones that could go up 10x easily.
No, Vanillacoin came out with their 4.4 release candidate with the chain blender technology.
Chain blender technology on Vanillacoin, and they've announced they're rebranding Vanillacoin apparently.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this?
Yep, sounds good. Vcash.
Vcash, which that's a little generic, I feel like, but
Yeah.
you know, it doesn't.
In the end, I don't think it fucking matters.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to matter what you call these things. Like, most people just refer to them by their ticker anyway, which is funny. But I'm gonna miss seeing VNL in the coin listings. I'm not gonna lie.
It'll take some adjustment.
You know, it's just always been Vanillacoin. That was a fun one. That was the one that you were able to mine. We both mined that one with CPU, as I recall.
Yep.
Which was fun. It was so hard to mine Vanillacoin because you couldn't. Like, he was releasing a new version, like, every day. You had to constantly update the wallet.
Yeah.
There was a million forks you never knew. The wallet was, like, barely functional. You didn't know how many coins you had. Like, it couldn't tell you accurately. It was, that was a fun coin. And now it's got a ridiculous price. I definitely sold most of mine well below the current price. I think I mined 12,000 Vanillacoins, and I sold most of them well below the current 20,000 price, 25,000 price.
Well, it's just like one of those things, sort of like how I always felt. If I had managed to buy Bitcoin when it was worth a penny or a dollar, I never could have held it to $1,000.
Yeah, you would have never held it. If I had bought Bitcoin at $2, I would have sold it at $3 probably.
Yep.
But it's fun to think about, and it's definitely. I feel like Vanillacoin definitely has room to grow.
Oh yeah.
Like, this pump's been pretty well supported, I feel like, and it definitely doesn't seem like it's done yet.
No.
So if I had to guess, it's still going up, but Vanillacoin has a really unpredictable market in terms of a lot of coins kind of follow that pump and dump trajectory that you're used to, and Vanillacoin kind of seems to just bounce up and down on its own.
Yeah, you really don't know what's happening.
Yeah, it just goes at its
weird.
own leisure.
I bought some Syscoin too this week.
Syscoin, I never did. That was one of those big IPOs, but kind of one of the ones that actually delivered. They're the one that lost all their money to MintPal, I think.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
They were involved in that somehow.
Yeah,
weren't
they were MintPal hosted their IPO and then kept all the money.
Oh,
Because
crazy.
they're like hilarious scammers.
That sucks.
Yeah, that was obviously sucks for them, but they seem to have held it out.
There was some sort of technology released today for Syscoin. That's what's going on.
I think Maidsafe
See what we can find about that.
Maidsafe is going crazy right now. Obviously, I just see now that it's at 20,000.
It's just that's one. Like that's look at that volume on that.
Coin, like, I don't know where
4,000.
I don't know where I was when Maidsafe came out, but this is
Me
a
neither.
coin. It
Totally
was
missed
like it was never on my radar
No.
until one day it's like, oh, here's Maidsafe, million bitcoins volume, and Maidsafe's been a big coin on Poloniex for so long. It's hilarious, and now it's getting its day in the sun. It seems like. It's like all these pumpers are just waiting for Ethereum to decide to go ahead with their ridiculous altcoin pumps. It's really fun. You know, who's going to be next? You never know.
Just can't tell.
It seems like it's really the era of old coins now, too. You're not seeing... It used to be a lot of times the biggest pumps would be coins that were like a month old.
Yeah.
You know, with Dark and Crave and that kind of stuff. And now you're definitely seeing much older coins getting most of the action.
That's why I think, once you've been around, once a coin like Piggy or Myriad, Ruby or Black, once you've been around for 2 years, what's going to stop them now from just being around?
Yeah, Blackcoin's probably got a lot of potential right now, too. It's not one I haven't been paying too much attention to the development either, so,
No.
You always have to be careful about that, but...
It could be totally stalled.
Yeah. But, I mean, I would never... Vertcoin is one of those pumps that just came absolutely out of nowhere.
Jeez.
That one was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was just like one of those ones you had no idea. What it got up to, like 350, I think, 350,000.
God,
that was incredible.
what they gonna do with all those Vertcoins?
Look, Piggycoin is still on Poloniex.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Piggycoin's still on Poloniex. That's ridiculous. Hilarious.
Piggy was on there when Aircoin was on there.
Yep.
Around the same time, in the same period. And look at which one survived.
Yep. Turns out Piggycoin was where it's at. Hilarious.
Well, I think that pretty much wraps it up.
Yep, I think that's, we pretty much covered all the coins for the week, all the ins, all the outs. I hope you guys liked it. We're, hoping, obviously, going forward to add a lot of segments. We're kind of hoping to get people from the community in on the show to come talk about their favorite coins, their experiences in crypto.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of what they've seen, out there. There's so many different perspectives and stuff, and so much crazy stuff going on in crypto all the time.
Yeah. And so we'll have a Skype Skype us at BlockchainDynamics, and we'll talk to people, hopefully get developers on here and trolls and whatever anybody wants to say about their coins. Tell us what your favorite coin is.
And our goal, we're just kind of trying to play it straight up. Obviously, it's easy to hype up the coins that you're holding or whatever for, your own benefit. But we're pretty much just trying to call these coins like we see them. And if I'm holding a coin, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna be like it's just secretly, we're hyping up coins and stuff. So.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks for listening, and see you next time.